What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Derp State. We got an amazing episode for you guys tonight. We are going to talk about Donald Trump's flurry of insane executive orders that he signed earlier today, some of which he seems to think he can just override the Constitution of the United States. And I like to remind everybody that while this sounds scary and while they are trying to enforce his executive orders, his signing a piece of paper does not, in fact, overrule the Constitution of the United States.
And we should not obey in advance either.
Right. This is a fear tactic. They want people to no longer protest. They want people to just capitulate. They want people to just go along with the plan and not fight back. That's what they want. And they are trying desperately to push us into violence so they can invoke the Insurrection Act or, declare martial law and use the military against us. How do we know this? Well, Donald Trump is already talking about sending military into other cities, not reservists, Marines, and specialized military units to go after civil unrest, which means protesters. And now it's gotten to the point where they're making it illegal. Like right now, and this is real, I'm going to look more into it. But now if you're here, if you're an immigrant in the United States, you can't even like a social media post that talks negative about Israel without the chance of you being deported.
Ridiculous.
Think about that. Why in the fuck should we...
It's really a race to the bottom. Like, who are the bigger snowflakes? Trump supporters or Zionists? I really can't tell at this point.
They're one and the same. They're one and the same.
But there's liberal Zionists, too. That's the problem. That's why the Democrats aren't doing shit.
We have a video today that's going to be very disturbing. I will give you a little bit of a trigger warning before I play it. Of Israel committing an actual war crime on live television. And there's going to be absolutely no consequences for this. That's what's amazing right now. We will continue to fund them. We will continue to send them weapons and bombs so they can continue to bomb hospitals. And it will explain why they've committed a war crime here in a minute. And then I also want to give you guys an update on Washington, D.C. Again, I got my hotel all reserved. I'm checking in early on the earliest I can check in is noon on Thursday. So I'll be there. I'm going to just throw my stuff in my room and head right to downtown. Because they are going to be doing a sit-in for as long as it takes at the Union Station, which is right exactly where I was the last time I was there. So this time, I'll be meeting up with a lot of them because USMC Angry Veterans down there, Jolly Good Gingers down there. And even today, a 20-year Army veteran, combat veteran, was arrested today for burning the American flag in front of the White House. They arrested a 20-year Army combat veteran today for exercising his constitutional rights. Just think about that for a second, okay? So, civil rights attorneys are going to be lining up down the streets to take this case.
Yep. And they should sue for false arrest and everything under the sun.
They will, and apparently so. Also, I think Kilmar Abrego Garcia has also been given a little bit of a reprieve. I don't think they're allowing him to be deported. But again, last time they said don't deport people, and they did it anyway. But now we're finding out because he didn't take a plea deal for human trafficking with the option of being deported to Costa Rica. He's like, no, I didn't do anything wrong. I want to go to court. So they're like, well, all right. Well, instead, if you don't take the deal, we're just going to deport you to Uganda.
Yeah, it was coercion. That's what they were trying to do. Which
coercion and extortion.
In the system. This is not something. This is obviously an extreme, horrid case of it, but this is not unusual in the justice system. They frequently smack you with, especially protesters. They smack you with 5 charges, like what they did with these. A lot of these protesters they're charging with like RICO, with terrorism, which are all bullshit, which are never going to work. But it's designed to scare you, and it's designed to get you to plead down so that the prosecutors don't actually have to do their job and defend that shit in court. So then they can just say, hey, look at my record. I got all these plea deals and all these people did time and we got taxpayer money from them for their crimes, which is a horrible horseshit tactic. And we need to seriously Nuremberg the fuck out of these people that are doing it.
I agree.
Can I swear now? Or we're not revenue, right?
No, we're not doing ad revenue anymore. Fuck it. I can't handle it.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
I can't handle it. Bro, I ordered a really cool looking little tactical vest off of Amazon, and I bought a press patch. Hey, if y'all can cosplay as untrained federal officers, I think I could consider myself independent media and part of the press. So fuck you and touch me. I dare you. If you see me with my press patch on, I guarantee you're live. So go ahead. Do it. Do it for the entire world to see. I guarantee you I'm going to get in some fucking trouble while I'm down there. Because I'm going to be in everybody's business. I'm not going down there to just hang out and fucking take in the sights. I'm going down to just get in the middle of things.
And I know that you and I have talked about this before, but I do just want to stress there is a very good reason to get in good trouble. And there's also, just theoretically, a very good reasons to not make it easy for the police to put their hands on you. You should never be in a situation where that can happen. Use your brain. This is not just for you. This is for everybody watching. If you're protesting, know your risk value. Make sure that you are not in a position where you can easily be kettled and tear gassed and trampled by a fucking horse. That's all I got to say on that.
I just feel like this veterans-led movement is really just put a lot of as many eyes on it as possible. A lot of social media influencers or content creators. I don't like calling people influencers. Content creators are starting to cover it, like those that are in DC, and there are a lot of people that are going to be traveling to DC just to participate, and hopefully we'll get some actual corporate media attention from it as well, because it's going to be an ongoing thing. It's not going to be a couple days and then we're leaving. Like they're planning on this for the long haul. Good. I mean, I even saw a video of Aaron Parnas, who I'm not exactly a fan of, but he was even down there covering it. But he has a massive following, so. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's get into some of the stuff from today. First, let me go ahead and explain why Israel committed a war crime today. Okay, so today on live television, there was a bombing at a hospital. Okay, and what a double tap is, here, I'll pull it up on screen. A double tap, and of course, I just asked AI to give me a quick explanation for it. How a double tap constitutes a war crime. So what it is they'll attack one position, and then they'll actually wait for the people trying to rescue the injured to show up, and then they'll bomb the exact same place again just to get more targets, knowing damn well they're going to be unarmed, innocent people. That's why it's considered a war crime. So, the reason it's a war crime in this particular case is because of it was obviously intentional, because there was live television coverage at the time of this happening, and I have the clip, and I'm going to show you the clip, just to keep in mind it's not easy to watch. So reporters and first responders show up, and they're streaming from like a stairway, an outside stairway or in a balcony. They're live, and then they get hit. This is not an accident. Do not believe a fucking word that Israel says. Oh, we weren't attacked. We weren't trying to get civilians. We're so sorry. This is bullshit, man. They're talking about putting the rest of the 2 million residents of Gaza into camps, concentration camps. They're actually talking about it, and America's going along with it because we have them here. Why wouldn't we? You know what I'm saying? So we just haven't started murdering people by the thousands yet. Well, I did an entire episode the other day on my own. It ended up being like an hour and a half long, and I compared the exact parallels of the Nazi Party and the rise of Adolf Hitler to that of Donald Trump. And I went over the Holocaust timeline, because every time we talk about concentration camps, these fucking maggots are like, oh, well, they don't have gas chambers or anything, so they're not really concentration camps. Like, look, Hitler took power in 1933. It didn't happen until 1942. The gas chambers and the mass exterminations. 9 years. Okay? It's attitudes like this from these diehard MAGA losers that is going to end up resulting in millions of people around the world dying at the hands of this most incompetent fascist regime.
And even before the Holocaust, there were still steps like you had Kristallnacht, you had the Warsaw Ghetto, you had a lot of things that led to.
Well, they started immediately with the camps.
The final solution.
They started immediately with rounding people up. First, it was voluntary
like gas chambers.
Right. First, it was you can deport yourself voluntarily.
Where have we heard that before? Deport
yourself?
That
sounds very familiar.
Like something in America.
Bro, I read this step-by-step process of Adolf Hitler's rise to power, and I swear to God, it sounds exactly like that of the Trump administration.
Yeah,
exactly.
Stephen Miller, Goebbels' grandchild, you know?
Yeah, well, they created the Gestapo 2 months after Hitler took power. What have Donald Trump and them been doing? ICE. Right, exactly what they're doing with ICE and what they're trying to do with the FBI. They're trying to turn the FBI into more like ICE.
And all those fucking feds in, what's that building in Langley and shit? All these feds that are seeing this happen and know their fucking history. These are people you don't have to like the FBI. But they go through some serious fucking training and education to get to where they are. And now they're being replaced by fucking big balls.
I know, right?
So for these feds to sit on their fucking ass and not participate in some kind of fucking revolution, shame on you guys. You're fucking cowards. You betrayed the country long ago to be doing this right now.
Right. And speaking of big balls, that's why all of this is happening, because a guy named Big Balls got beat up by a 15-year-old girl.
Because he was hitting on that 15-year-old girl. And the guys jumped in and told him to fuck off. He wouldn't, so then they beat the shit out of him. So yet again, it's just pedocon theory striking again.
Wonderful.
Like we said,
I did not know
Musk
that.
keeps grooming these high school kids who then are themselves groomers.
Yep. Seems to be a trend. We're being led by the most disgusting people possible. But anyway, back to the video. Again, this is not nice to watch, but I feel it's important to watch. Hopefully, there's no blood, so hopefully YouTube lets me get away with it. But this is a war crime committed on live television by the Israeli government. Okay? Period. There is no other explanation for what this is.
مقصود لهذا الزميل الصحفي حسام المصري.
So it's already been bombed once.
الآن خليك يا الله راح الدفاع المدني قتلوا الناس راح الدفاع المدني قتلوا الناس استهداف كبير الآن.
And that was a precise strike. Look at where that took place. That wasn't like a mass carpet bomb of the whole building. That was a precise strike up on
that was a precision
this kind of shit, this double tap tactic has been used by terrorists throughout the world, throughout history.
Yep.
And Israel is using it over and over and over. They're using it so much that at this point, ISIS is having a crisis of conscience. ISIS is having the are we the baddies moment? They're like, do we want to be associated with that shit? It's giving terrorists a run for their money. Maybe they'll start retiring. They're like, whoa, we can't. This is
we
bad.
Can't compete with this.
Other people are doing it.
Right?
Now that we see it, bro, we fucking need to repent.
Yeah, we were so wrong. We were so wrong.
For real.
But so that's what's going on in Israel. Netanyahu's committing war crimes. Israeli soldiers are just marching through, shooting at villages indiscriminately, and they're celebrating over there the death of Palestinian people. It just disgusts me. This has hurt me watching this story develop. Because at first Israel really had the world on its side. You know what I mean? It really did. Everybody was like, "Oh, we support Israel and the right to defend themselves," and they're like, all of a sudden, Hamas is underneath hospitals. Come on, man. That's that doesn't even. You know what I mean? That just doesn't even sound right.
It's farcical. And I was telling you this earlier, but I had to cut off ties with someone who was a very good friend of me because he just won't stop defending Israel. And at this point, it's this is a reflection of the kind of person you are. And then he tries to say that I'm anti-Semitic because, he's Jewish. And so then it's dude, I am the guy that when you were depressed, I was your first fucking call every single time. You think I'm anti-Semitic? It's the complete perversion of reality. And up is down, black is white, because these people will say anything is anti-Semitism rather than actually deal with the fact that they are supporting a genocidal terrorist regime.
Right.
Because that's easier. That's easier than looking in the mirror and saying, I'm a fucking asshole and I should stop.
Yeah. And I don't want to be one of these right wing, like, you know, the right wing always be like, George Soros controls the media. Well, I hate to break it to y'all, but Israel controls our media.
Israel has a very insanely outdated, and they say it. How can it be anti-Semitic when they're the ones saying, like, yeah, we have these politicians bought and paid?
Bro,
they're
Palantir. Palantir is an Israeli-backed company, y'all.
Yeah.
That's real. The most powerful AI monitoring system, the Thought Police in real life, is run by Israel.
Yep.
And, yeah, Peter Thiel, very sympathetic to Israel, has said it. We've showed videos of his opinions on that. So, yeah, getting off topic here. So I want to give you guys an update on DC. Again, I'm going down. Thank you guys for all your donations. Got my hotel booked. Ordered some, I guess they want you to wear military style gear, and I'm way fatter than I was when I was 19 years old, and none of my dad's shit fits me. So, so I had to order a couple new things, just to kind of, you know, fit in with everybody else. So, but I just wanted to show you, this is a video of a 20-year combat veteran being arrested today in Washington, D.C. for burning the U.S. flag. And I don't care what your opinion is on this, whether you think it's not patriotic. And just so everybody knows, the proper way to get rid of a flag is to burn it. There's this like ceremony, and you fold it up, and like that's how you truly get rid of an American flag when it's all said and done with. You burn it. But the fact that they're going around arresting people already just because Donald Trump signed a piece of paper is insane. Especially a combat veteran of 20 years who is just, you know, doing their constitutional right to protest. So I can't imagine this is going to stand up in court, but that's the whole point. They want this all to go to the Supreme Court.
The process is the punishment. Yep.
Right. They're buddies. They want to slow roll this. They want to put everybody through hell while our really, really slow court system, you know, does its thing.
Right,
and they want
judges.
Right. They want us to stay home. Okay. That's how they think they're going to make everybody safe. Like, fear is not safety. Having the entire American population freaked the fuck out because they don't know what the president's going to do when he wakes up tomorrow. That's not safety. And I can't believe that this is what they're peddling out here. But just so we can watch I just want to give you guys an let me remove this. I'll add that.
Service is currently detaining Jay Carey. He's a 20-year Army veteran, combat veteran, who just burnt a flag in front of the White House in protest of Donald Trump's executive order prohibiting the burning of flags.
My name is Jay Carey. I'm a retired disabled combat veteran, serving over 20 years in the United States Army. I fought for every single one of your rights to express yourself and however you feel that you may want to express yourself. There's a First Amendment right to burn the American flag. The Archbishop in that house right there signed an executive order today saying that it was illegal to burn the American flag. No president can make a law, period. No Congress will make a law infringing on First Amendment rights. I'm burning this flag as a protest to that illegal fascist president that sits in that house.
I mean, the fact that you have veterans doing this should tell you something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they know what's up.
Veterans typically have a lot more pride in their country than most, you know what I'm saying?
Feels that it's his right to do whatever he wants, make whatever law he wants.
They'll probably charge them with, like,
lighting a fire or some stupid shit.
yeah, or trying to burn the White House down.
By the way, before I forget, Brina is saying something about she sent you some clips. So I just want to make sure we give a shout out to Brina.
Thank you, Brina,
for that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'll have to take a look at them. I haven't seen them yet, unfortunately. So yeah, that's what's going on in DC. They're arresting protesters. And I can't believe they're using the National Guard. For those of you who don't know, when the Second Amendment says a well-regulated militia, that's what they're talking about. That's what the state's National Guard is. It's supposed to be there to prevent something like this from happening. That's why typically the National Guard is under the direct control of the governor of that state.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how this is all going to play out, but I have a video that's going to freak you guys out because Donald Trump is talking about sending the military to other places.
Yeah.
But the guy who was explaining the executive orders to him may have slipped up and let the cat out of the bag. They're targeting specifically left-wing cities, which means Democrat cities.
Yeah.
So basically, any city or state that didn't vote for him is on the chopping block at this point.
And we looked at this the other time, but like I don't even think DC is in the top 10, let alone 15 most dangerous states. And the last time we looked, the top 10, 7 of them are Republican states. In fact, a lot of the places, these red states, these redneck trash like Greg Abbott and others that are sending their National Guard from their state to go to DC, a lot of these redneck motherfuckers have states with higher violence per capita than DC or New York or Chicago or all of Illinois. So it's all a fucking farce. And I'm going to be very curious to see what Pritzker does because he's been very combative previously. And now, you know, he's in the crosshairs here because they want to send the National Guard to Chicago. And he has been fairly straight spoken about it. He's not going to allow it, but he needs to take control of the National Guard. He should have done that yesterday. He should take control of the state Illinois National Guard and block all entrances for any other federal agencies coming into Chicago. That is what he should do.
Maybe we'll get lucky and this shift to Chicago will take some of the attention off of Gavin Newsom and put it on the Pritzker.
I hope so. I would take Pritzker
out of the two. I think I like Pritzker better. Yeah. But here. Oh, go ahead. What were you guys saying?
I was just gonna say we might have a reverse moment. Remember when they called in for desegregation, where they called in the National Guard? Who was that? Was that Johnson? I think it was Johnson. Called in the National Guard into Alabama, right? For
something
Walter, like that. Something, or for some redneck Klan motherfucker.
I can't remember.
To protect the desegregation process, we might need to do the opposite. Pritzker should activate the National Guard and prevent federal military forces, including ICE, from coming into the city of Chicago. That's what
they're supposed to be for, protect the states from a tyrannical government. That's why, But anyway, here's Donald Trump signing the executive order saying that if you burn a flag, you're going to spend a year in jail. Jesus Christ.
When you burn the American flag, it incites riots at levels that we've never seen before. People go crazy.
Yeah, right.
In a way, both ways. There's some that are going crazy.
You mean worse than Jan 6?
Angry. Yeah. Angry about them doing.
Didn't they burn the flag on January 6th?
Do you want to discuss that?
Sure. So what the executive order does, sir, it charges your Department of Justice with investigating instances of flag burning, and then where there's evidence of criminal activity where prosecution wouldn't fall afoul of the First Amendment, and instructs the Department of Justice to prosecute
He's so
those
fucking creepy.
who are
He's looking like a bat.
Instances of flag burning.
He is.
And what the penalty is going to be, if you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail.
Fucking perch.
No early exits, no nothing. You get 1 year in jail. If you burn a flag, you get. And what it does is incite to riot. I hope they use that language, by the way. Did they?
Yeah, incitement is.
Incite to riot. And you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. You don't get 10 years.
Yeah. And of course, the Fox News banner covers his hands. That patch that we've been seeing, you were calling it out a couple of weeks ago, but it's been consistent. It's absolutely an IV. Like I've had family that have had long, when my grandma was with dementia, she had to be in the hospital all the time. That looks exactly like what we saw on her hands.
That's what my mother said.
Yeah, it's absolutely an IV line. And the fact that they're trying to cover it up so much tells you exactly everything you want to know. This is not as big of a cover up as the Epstein files, but it's gonna be. It's gonna get there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Also, in case you guys want to see the difference.
Jesus, vomit and
bro, this is so disgusting.
They call it dictator chic. I think that's what it's called.
Everything. He wants to be like a Saudi prince.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
If you compare that to the Kremlin, it looks very similar.
Jesus Christ, bro. Everything is gold. Man, somebody do something about this guy. Anywho, getting back to...
I'm not touching that one. That's
no,
I'm not
no.
calling that one.
I meant God. Just do your job.
Well, he's getting enough IVs. Maybe it will be God. Jesus.
Just
I mean,
die
there's something
faster.
seriously wrong with the guy.
Yeah, I got a lot of heat the other day from MAGA. They were like, why would you say that? I'm like, when Donald Trump dies, I'm going to fucking celebrate. I'm going to get online and I'm going to laugh about it the entire day. Well, how could you possibly say that?
I'm going to do a line
shut
of
the
coke.
fuck up.
It.
Right?
Fucking,
Right.
I'm going to have bumps for everybody, man. Let's fucking party all goddamn night.
I'm telling you, man. For
because
real.
like these are the people that were asking at CPAC, when can we start shooting liberals? And they're pissed because we're going to start saying that, you know, when he does finally pass of whatever cause, we're going to celebrate. Fuck
yeah, we're not saying
like
we hope somebody does something to him. We're saying we just want nature to hurry the fuck up. Like, we're tired of waiting. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So, more changes to today, the laws for today. Oh, God. Oh, my God. You're going to laugh your ass off at this video. I need a break. I need a palate cleanser. So, I'm going to show you the funniest shit you are ever going to see. First of all, everybody.
JD Vance's run? I don't know, brother.
You're going to love this. Okay, so. First of all, if you guys look at any of these videos, like let me play this video where he's talking about Chicago and he has the World Cup trophy. Okay, now this is the group that says kids shouldn't get participation trophies that they didn't earn or win. Well, this dipshit has the FIFA World Cup trophy sitting next to his... He literally has a golden participation trophy that he did not earn. But look, just real quick.
And we haven't had to bring in the regular military, which we're
like
willing to do. We have to. And after we do this, we'll go to another.
I don't want to hear it. But no, he seriously does, man. It just cracks me up. Oh, no, but you got this is the funny one. Okay, so he signs this executive order, and then he looks around the room and starts asking people how amazing his signature is. And they have to praise Donald Trump for signing his name. I swear to God, if you haven't seen this video, James, you're going to die. Watch this shit.
And they can do that. Right? Look at that, Pam. Is that a good signature? Seriously, is that a good signature? Who can write like that? Nobody.
It's like a line of ants.
I don't know. That's the other thing. I assume we're looking at the whole AutoPen scam. Sure. Because the person that ran it said he spoke to it briefly twice about nothing. That means that all those pardons that he gave to some very bad people, very unpatriotic people, very evil people, it looks to me like those pardons are worthless. Because, number one, you shouldn't use an AutoPen, very specifically. But if you do, it has to be a very good reason. And they have to know that the president wanted it. The president didn't want this. The president didn't know he was alive, okay? He never approved any of this stuff.
Jesus Christ, man.
It's like he just has like a praise kink. Let's just be honest. That's what it is. And everybody else are his subs. Like they are... The brats that are just praising him, kinking his ass up the whole fucking time. It is so
the whole
pathetic.
The whole people, the whole like how amazing is my signature thing just threw me off.
It's a praise king.
Oh, so good job, Mr. President. You did
get the
so
clapping
good
seals.
Job. You did such you signed your name? Oh my God, you're such a good boy. I feel like we're talking to a child.
Little tiny fish from there and just tosses it to fucking Pam Bondi.
I know.
Well, Stephen Miller would be like dead baby parts. You just toss those to him.
Yeah, blood bags. He's like,
yeah.
He looks like a vampire, doesn't he?
He goes for straight up aborted fetuses. Like I'm convinced of it. Like you
remember
that South Park episode with Gene Hackman where he's eating the aborted fetus?
I don't remember that one.
He's eating the aborted fetuses and he becomes super powerful, and then Christopher Reeve has to. No, I'm sorry. It was Christopher Reeve is eating the baby fetuses, the aborted fetuses, and Gene Hackman. So that's absolutely what Stephen Miller does. He's eating aborted fetuses. I
definitely,
guarantee you.
Definitely. But what a loser! Like how awesome is my signature? Joe Biden couldn't have done that. Joe Biden could not have signed a piece of paper.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
It is, isn't it though?
Yeah, Cadillac said South Korea played him perfectly today with the pen. I don't know if you saw it. There was the pen thing, but then they were also like, and we're so looking forward to your amazing meeting with Kim Jong-un, and you'll be able to have a tower in North Korea, and you can play golf in North Korea. I love how they're just shoving all of his nasty shit to North Korea. They're like, we don't want it here, but you know who would love it? North Korea.
Take
them there, man.
Bro, Kim Jong and Trump, they could be the cutest couple. They would make them, they'd be adorable.
Cutest little dictators. It's like an 80s sitcom or some shit.
They would be so cute together. All right, so let's take this time. I have an old video of Kamala Harris, just because when Kamala Harris said that Donald Trump is going to put the military on the streets, everybody, including the news, was like, she's just being so extreme. And Donald Trump would never do anything like that. So I think it's a good time to just remind everybody that she warned us, and we could have had her. That's right. Even though now I found out she's taken over $9 million from Israel. Not very happy with her. But at the time, I was, on board with her. Yeah, this is, of course, before I found out all this stuff about Israel and how they've got their tentacles in our government. But she did try to warn us, and she was spot on, 100%.
Here tonight, I will show you.
This. Start signing.
Of Donald Trump's worldview and intentions. Please roll the clip.
The worst people are the enemies from within. The enemy from within. Those people are more dangerous, the enemy from within, than Russia and China. These people should be put in jail the way they talk about our judges and our justices. Now, if you had one really violent day, one rough hour, and I mean real rough. I think the bigger problem are the people from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. And I think they're and it should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military.
So you heard his words. You heard his words coming from him. He's talking about the enemy within Pennsylvania. He's talking about the enemy within our country, Pennsylvania. He's talking about that he considers anyone who doesn't support him or who will not bend to his will an enemy of our country.
Yeah. Like, I know that you and I, we have very clear opinions about Kamala and her faults, but look at the way she's able to speak.
I know.
And not sound like a 2-year-old that can't have his favorite toy, or
right.
A 2-year-old being told it's past bedtime. And again, we keep saying this with these candidates, and every time that the Democrats talk like that, where they're calling that shit, same thing with Biden when he gave his anti-fascism speech, talking about the rise of fascism from Trump supporters. Their polls shoot up, right?
Yep.
Their approvals shoot up every single time, and then they give up. They and they falter, and they go back, and the corporate media is at fault because they push back so fucking fiercely that the Democrats, rather than doubling down, which they need to fucking start learning how to do, they back off, and then they say, oh, well, I only meant this, that, or the other. Biden did the same thing. And again with Hillary, right? Again, she had plenty of flaws, a lot of them, right? But there's no doubt that they were the better options. And
absolutely.
This is why I am putting my fucking flag in the ground on Newsom. I am not going to vote for a Nazi apologizing collaborator that will sit across from Sig Heil Steve Bannon and say, you know what, I agree with you on a lot of things. No.
Right.
The only thing we should agree with Nazis on is that they belong in jail.
I agree.
So I am not supporting Newsom. If he is the candidate, if it's Trump and Newsom, I will not vote, and no one else should. The Democrats need to learn the fucking hard way.
I agree. And we've said it a bunch of times now. The Democrats are not progressives. They are the centrists. We thought they were the progressives. Maybe we got fooled too.
We keep compromising, right?
Yeah.
The Bernie faction compromised to get Hillary. Bernie himself compromised to go campaign with Hillary. And what did it get? A loss. Same thing with Kamala.
Didn't Bernie Bernie won the primary, wasn't it? Like, he had more votes than Hillary, I think. Not the primary, but the...
Well, the DNC rigged it, but that's a story for another time. But then same thing with Kamala. The progressives that wanted peace in Gaza, a lot of them didn't vote, but a lot of them fucking did. The uncommitted movement did tell people to vote for Kamala at the end of the day, despite their furious convictions and how much she completely snubbed those folks.
I agree.
They still told them, we keep compromising with the centrist, corporate, genocidal-backed Democratic Party. I am not going to do it with Newsom.
But now we know why Kamala Harris was so hesitant to not speak out against Israel. She's taking almost $10 million from him.
Yeah.
I mean, that bothers me. If she runs, I will not support her this time around. I will not vote for her because of Israel. And I have a problem with the Gavin Newsom's wanting to reach across the aisle, like you said, with Nazis, like Steve Bannon and who was the other guy he had on? Charlie Kirk? Was it Charlie Kirk?
I think it was Charlie Kirk, and I think he had someone else. But that's the thing, is they're always trying to reach across the aisle, and they get nothing back. They never reach within the fucking aisle.
We always have to be the ones to compromise.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do you know how Donald Trump's been wanting to cut the Fed to cut the rate, and he's mad at Jerome Powell and hates Jerome Powell's guts and wants him to leave and all that stuff? I found out why. I don't know if you've heard this, but Donald Trump has apparently bought $100 million in bonds since becoming president of the United States. Yeah. And guess what needs to happen? Specifically, what needs to happen in order for those bonds to... He needs he needs the Feds to cut the rate so he can cash out on his $100 million in bonds and make a profit. It is nothing but a giant fucking con with these people. And then Caroline Leavitt will come on stage and be like, no, Donald Trump's not trying to enrich himself. Wait, you mean him trying to get the Fed to cut the rate for no other reason than he says that he knows more than the Fed chair, Jerome Powell? That was literally Donald Trump's excuse. Now we're finding out it's because he put money into bonds.
Yeah,
and he needs to cash out.
Yeah, and I also want to call out some in the chat here because Brina and Cadillac get what I'm saying about Newsom. John Rankin said, "Are you insane?" I'm assuming that's about my saying I'm not going to vote for Newsom or Trump. I'll just sit out the election. But I'm sorry. That's what we have to do. We have consistently compromised with these people, and there are still children dying overseas. We still don't have a public option for healthcare. Every single time, we are expected to compromise.
Right. You're right.
And we get nothing for it. Right. We get a loss. So the only way to get the Democrats to change, frankly, is to burn the fucking party down, piss on the ashes, do a fucking seance, like put some fucking sanitizer in the air and rebuild it. Because we need to exercise the shit out of the crap that's happening in that country.
I agree.
Party. So anyway, John, I hope that helps you understand my thought. You might still disagree, and that's fine. That's your right. But if you think that there is any compromising with someone like Hakeem Jeffries, who still won't support Mamdani, who still is bought and paid for by fucking Israel.
Yeah.
After that clip that we just played, Jeffries isn't calling that out. I'm sorry, brother, but you're just mistaken. That's all there is to it.
Sorry, I was just looking up something real quick. I heard a story today. Do you know about the red sacred cows, the red heifer prophecy for Israel? Bro, apparently there was like 5 or 6 red heifers that are bred from birth to be as untouched and pure cows as possible. I'm shitting you not. And then Israel is going to take these cows to, I'm guessing, Jerusalem, and sacrifice them to bring about the end of times. Well, you'll never guess who's breeding the red heifers. We are. I am not even kidding, dog. Apparently, the evangelicals and the Israelis have been working together on trying to bring to fruition this red heifer prophecy. I know I sound like a madman right now, but there's been multiple stories that I've found where they've actually come over to the United States to inspect these red heifers And then eventually, apparently, we're going to deliver these red heifers and they're going to sacrifice them. And then apparently that's going to bring about the end of times. Like, I love their thought process on this. Like, okay, how are we going to start the end of the world? I know. We'll get 5 red cows and we'll just murder them. We'll just whack them.
Kendra is saying she's heard of this. I'm amazed. It's pretty rare when
right?
and you have a story that I haven't heard.
I'm telling you, like, the stuff I've been finding out lately, weird. I'm like, this can't be real. This can't be real. But I keep finding them incredible sources. But no, Israel and evangelicals, it's a death cult. They want the end of times, guys. They want the end of times because both evangelicals and Zionists believe that they are the chosen people who will prosper after the reckoning or whatever the fuck these people think. But no, this is a death cult. They want to bring about the end of times because they think, as shitty as they are, even though they pray to Kenny Jesus, that they're going to go to heaven. I know. I just thought of that today. It's actually pretty good, right? I always say that I always say white Jesus. No, yeah, because either Kenny G, you know what I mean? Kenny G looks like MAGA's version of Jesus. So why don't we just call him Kenny Jesus from now on? We can make memes and everything. But no, seriously, you think you're going to pray to white Jesus, be horrible to everybody? Like, it's like MAGA will be the first one to be like, I don't think poor people should get food stamps. And then they go to church and be like, I live by the teachings of Jesus.
Few like, people are further from the teachings of Jesus than fucking evangelicals.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do these people get so brainwashed? I'm convinced that most MAGAs have never even read the Bible. Or they 100%, don't.
100%.
I mean, let's be honest, because this country has, what, a 5th grade reading level? So I highly doubt that most of MAGAs are even able to read the Bible, yet alone comprehend what it actually means. So, yeah, sorry I got off on that tangent there, but that whole red heifer thing just threw me for a loop. I'm like, this can't be real. This is stupid. No, it's like the Vikings sacrificing goats and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's totally bullshit.
To get into Valhalla, or so the gods are pleased with them. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, we live in the dumbest and craziest of times. And these are the people running the world. These are people running the world. These are not fringe QAnon, like 4chan trolls. These are the leaders of countries who believe in this nonsense. This.
I don't care whether it's Catholicism, Judaism, whatever Islamism is, but all religions are fucking dumb to me.
I agree. I went down the path of religion for a short period of time because I was in a dark place and I didn't know what else to do. And it actually helped me in a way because I realized that I do believe in God. And this is hard to explain. And it's mostly just a feeling. But it feels right to me. So I believe in God, but I don't believe in religion at all. I think religion is stupid. It's called deism. You know what I mean?
Deism, okay.
Yeah, it's actually Benjamin Franklin was a deist. Like, there were some founding fathers that were actually deists. They didn't believe in religion, but they believed in God. They believed in a creator. You know what I mean? They just didn't believe, oh, we're created in his image and blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, they didn't believe all that shit. So it is a thing. I didn't know it was a thing until somebody pointed it out to me. I'm like, yeah, I believe in God, but not religion. They're like, that's called deism. I'm like, oh, cool. I thought I was just crazy. All right, so anyway, let's go back to the topic at hand, because Donald Trump here is under the impression that people want a dictator. Says he's not one. He's just very smart. But some people are telling him that they want a dictator. Like, who is telling him these things? This is what happens when you live in a bubble.
Yep.
Of information that is nothing about pleasing you. You know what I mean? Like, Donald Trump doesn't read any real news. Donald Trump reads 100% fake news or makes the news up himself. He does not believe in science, numbers, or facts. So this is the problem. He lives in a bubble of 100% misinformation and lies.
Yep.
And I'm starting to think he believes his own lies.
Yeah, as you all know, Chicago's a killing field right now. And they don't acknowledge it. And they say, we don't need him, freedom, freedom. He's a dictator, he's a dictator. A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator. I don't like a dictator. I'm not a dictator.
Look how different the color of his
with
face
great
is
common
versus his
sense.
hands.
I'm a smart person.
Ridiculous. It's unbelievable.
He's
and again, we're the Democrats.
And a smart person.
But again, this is like if we had a real opposition party, America was founded to separate from a fascist evil king.
Right.
And we're the Democrats. Why is this not an attack ad? Why is this not their main talking point of the week? If they had any fucking sense, they would just have clips of him and they would talk about it every single time they're on the Sunday shows and on the morning shows. But they don't have that kind of coordination because you have dipshits like Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries running the goddamn party.
Yeah, well, you see a lot of these older generation politicians not embracing independent media whatsoever.
Yep.
Some of the younger ones are trying to, but there's a lot of them are not. They're just disregarding most of us like we're not actual media because we don't have a giant corporation telling us what to say and what we can't say. You know what I mean? But you're right. There should be attack ads nonstop. This is what Donald Trump said today. You know what I mean? That could be a daily thing. Here's your public service announcement for the day.
Yeah, because we've been saying like for a while, I'm just going to do a parody. I'm just going to pretend that I'm a politician and I'm just going to write a short little 1-minute speech where my fellow Americans, why don't his fucking hands match the color of his face? This guy wants to be a goddamn dictator. He can't even dictate his own goddamn makeup artist. I mean, just whatever. Just
yeah.
There needs to be some calling out of this insanity, and just no one's doing it.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's not even just his face though. His hand, like you saw the makeup on the hand, right?
Yeah, it's awful.
It was not even remotely. It wasn't even like a human skin color. Almost. I think I have a picture of it. Hold on.
Yeah,
I think I have a really good shot of it. Oh yeah, I do.
Made him look like a Simpsons character, but just that one little square patch.
But look at this. Look, that's not even remotely.
That's so bad.
That is so bad. Terrible. That's why I feel like he does it himself, and I feel like he's colorblind. That's not even remotely the same tone.
Nope.
I mean, honestly, he was better off with just having a bruised hand. But when they go around and say, like, he gets hand bruises because he does vigorous handshaking.
Bullshit.
That's what their excuse was. Caroline Levitt says, yes, he's been vigorously shaking hands. That's why he has a bruise. They also try to explain away his syphilis blisters on his hands.
They're just a bunch of fucking
for golfing
loons to believe that kind of crap.
Remember when he had the blisters on his hands?
Yeah.
And their excuse for that was he's golfing a lot. I'm like, he does not play that much golf that you would. You know how many balls you would have to hit?
Blisters are going to be from, like you get blisters from like when I was working on boats, I know you get blisters from this shit, tugging the ropes and working nets and stuff. You're not going to get a blister from a fucking golf club.
I mean, if you went out and hit like 1,000 balls a day barehanded, then yes, you would probably get some blisters. But like,
he's not this guy. He's not fucking doing that.
No, of course not. It's such a joke. But I just love how they're trying to make him out to be this. I just like him. I like watching him fall apart, and this is why, because they've built him up to be indestructible. They have made him out like he's going to live to be 150 years old. They came out in April and said he was 6'3", 185 pounds, or some dumb shit like that, or 225 pounds. It was something ridiculous.
And someone like Joe Rogan, who actually should know this kind of stuff since he's in the UFC, like the fact that he hears that kind of shit and doesn't pick up on that he's being bullshitted, it's just like, you are a fucking simp.
Joe Rogan's brain is probably 90% mescaline and freaking
he has ketamine. A cannabis farm between his ears. That's how fucking doped up that is.
That and ketamine, because I know those guys love their ketamine.
Ugh.
So so making America, is this making America great? Because we're all confused at this point. All confused. Did you see? I got a good one. Here's a good video of Pete Hegseth getting he screamed at with his family in Washington, D.C. This is fantastic. But this is how we should be treating these people everywhere they go.
They should not be welcome in public.
I agree.
Your makeup's off, Hegseth.
Yeah.
You didn't stop in your little studio in your fucking office beforehand? What's the matter? You can't walk by yourself? You need to have a hand holder with your Secret Service, you big tough guy?
Yep. And now his daughter is going to have to, he's got to explain to his daughter why everybody's saying shame to her daddy.
Well, hopefully she'll grow up smarter in that, but a lot of times this is how these fascists work. They just brainwash their children. You got a whole Hitler Youth, you know?
Well, that's what they're going for. I mean, that is what they're going for. Truly what they're going for. So more news out of Washington, D.C.
Which woman did you cheat on with to have that kid?
I know, right? Yeah, well, yeah, all these Christian men are so faithful.
Yeah. Was that the one you got after you had an abortion, or like how much did you pay?
Right. So, another more big news. I guess if we go to jail now in D.C. and have no money to post bail, we're just going to rot in jail. And this is the video where I was telling you earlier, where the guy who's explaining it, I think, accidentally just says the quiet part out loud as we're going after leftist cities or left-wing cities, which we all know what that means. Blue cities, blue states. But here they're talking about cashless bail. So I may need bail money. I think they're going to let me out of my own accord. So we'll see what happens.
The executive orders, to me, there's a very, very big deal.
Let me remove that. Put that back up.
Executive orders has to do with cashless bail. That was when the big crime in this country started. And I can tell you who did it, when, but I don't want to do that because others followed pretty quickly. But that was when it happened. Somebody kills somebody, they go in, don't worry about it, no cash, come back in a couple of months, we'll give you a trial.
Whoa.
What? What's going on?
He just said if you kill somebody, they let you out without posting any kind of bail.
Yeah, he's making it up.
That is obviously not true. That I just picked that up. That's fucking insane.
But he will pardon murderers that are
right.
You know.
So he's going around saying that blue cities, because this is what I hate, because the Fox News viewers, that's why I use Fox News, because people will believe this shit, as dumb as it sounds to us. The Fox News viewer is going to see this and go, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. You know what I mean? Without fact-checking it whatsoever.
Never see the person again. And, I mean, they kill people and they get out. Cashless bail. They thought it was discriminatory to make people put up money because they just killed 3 people lying on a street. Any street all over the country, cashless bail. We're ending it, but we're starting by ending it in D.C., and that we have the right to do through federalization. Okay, let's go. Could I ask you to say exactly what this is?
Of course. So as you've consistently identified.
Again, he asked this guy to explain exactly what this is because he can't read and has not read a single motherfucking policy that he has signed. I'm sorry, that is true.
It is. 100%.
The only way he would know what's in these policies is they literally hired PBS to do a Sesame Street fucking puppet show for him. That is literally the only way Donald Trump would be able to comprehend any of this stuff.
Sorry. J.D. Vance holding his hands over his crotch to cover the balls that he doesn't have anymore.
Driver of the disorder we see on city streets all over America. Catch and release system allows criminals to keep going back out onto the street and reoffending. What this executive order does, it charges your attorney general with identifying jurisdictions all over the country that have cashless bail policies, and then it withholds or revokes federal funds and grants that are flowing to those jurisdictions to ensure that we're only supporting the people who have reasonable common sense policies around crime.
So what area does it cover?
Potentially anywhere that has a cashless bail policy, so some of the largest cities, some of the most left-wing states in America.
Almost all.
There you go. He just said it. Let me rewind it.
So what area does it cover?
Potentially anywhere that has a cashless bail policy. So some of the largest cities, some of the most left-wing states in America
Almost
have adopted.
all of them, right?
Illinois would be a great example of that, sir.
Oh, they have a great cashless bail. You don't even have to go to court sometimes. No, Illinois, I love that state. It's a great state, but it's run so badly by Pritzker. They threw him out of the family business, and he becomes governor. Now he wants to run for president. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, we'll start right here, right?
With this motherfucker.
Pritzker's a legitimate billionaire, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's just again, it's like if we had a legitimate opposition party, you want to make crime an issue, you would just simply say Donald Trump pardoned 1,300? Some 1,600 terrorists from January 6th.
Yeah.
Whose stated goal was to murder members of Congress and the vice president and overthrow democracy. That is what this man pardoned. Meanwhile, cashless bail systems go to help non-violent offenders caught in bad situations, folks that are addicted, folks that are having mental illness crimes, folks that have just accrued so many parking tickets that now they're arrested, which is an insane system to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
The America that Trump wants is having a January 6th terrorist pedophile next door where your child has to catch the bus.
Yeah.
That's what you would have if we had a real opposition fucking party. That's your talking point.
I agree. Well said. All right, so let's play a game real quick before we get out of here, okay?
Let's do it.
I want you guys to... I'm not saying this is...
Chat or just me?
No, but all of us. Everybody, because this is a surprise. This is a surprise edition here. Maybe I should add this a different way. Hold on a second here. Oh, my God. This is going to... All right, so the picture on the right side of this, the internet claims is made by AI. The only problem is making
I know what this is.
high quality pictures using AI has not been around but more than a couple years. You guys have all seen the AI photos that Donald Trump tried to pass off during the campaign where people with 4 arms and 8 legs and like their hands are all mangled and everything like that. This picture has been around since before AI started doing shit like this. I know it has because I've seen it for myself. So I cannot 100% verify that this person with Donald Trump on the right, we'll just say for legal reasons, we don't know if this is 100% real or not. But when I show you this picture, you're going to be like, what the fuck? Because the young girl dancing with Donald Trump in this picture on the right-hand side looks goddamn identical. I'm going to get in so much trouble. Maybe I get arrested. This is what gets me arrested. Hold up. Let me remove this and add this back in. Oh, shit! Bro! Come on, guys. Tell me that girl in the right does not look like a young Pam Bondi.
I thought it just looked like Ivanka, which is why he wanted to dance with her. I thought it was Ivanka.
All right, so now a quick backstory, because I went down a rabbit hole on this one. And we know Donald Trump, for a fact, used to run teen beauty pageants, right? He's talked about it on Howard Stern, how he used to like coming in the dressing room while they were naked to inspect their bodies. Guess who also used to compete in beauty pageants when she was young?
And Bondi?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
That's
Damn, she does actually have kind of the same nose. Look.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, this could be a young Pam Bondi. I'm not saying it is. I just found, when I saw this picture and I put them side by side, I'm like, wait, whoa. I have to at least bring it up.
Picture with Trump and that teenager, little girl, whatever, that is definitely a real picture. I remember seeing that before.
It's an old picture, right. It's an old picture.
I can't remember from
that
where
picture has been around for sure since before this AI craze, because this AI craze is really, really new, and that picture's been around for a minute. But yeah, once I found out that Pam Bondi had also been a young beauty pageant at some point, I was like, oh God.
But I don't think if I remember right, I don't think that picture was from a beauty pageant. I think it was from some political fundraiser and it's someone's kid.
Right.
Shit like that. That's what I remember.
So it could be her. If it was from a political fundraiser or something like that, it could be her. The age would be about right. I don't know. I was just having some fun today with it. Again, we can speculate and make up shit too if we want. You know what I mean? Just for fun.
Not?
For comedic purposes.
We're just asking
questions. That's all we're doing. We're just asking questions. That's what Tucker Carlson was so good at. I'm just asking.
If that wasn't Pam Bondi, then who was it, and why have they never been identified? Why hasn't Pam Bondi come out forcefully saying that is not her? I don't know. I'm just asking questions.
Again, we're just having some fun. It's just for some comedic effect. But at the same time, goddamn, out of all the young girls Donald Trump could have been dancing with, she looks an awful lot like the Attorney General. So anyway, again, I was just having some fun with it. So we're done for today. That's all the stuff we have for today, guys. Don't forget, Thursday. So 3 days from now, I'll be waking up early in the morning, headed to Washington, D.C. Thank you guys so much for all your donations so far. If you would like to continue to support the cause, please go visit the GoFundMe, which is in the link tree in the description of the video, or on our channel page. You can help us tremendously, because I'm going to be down there for 5 days. I'm going down Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and staying all day Monday and coming home Monday night. So there's going to be a shitload of content, unless I get arrested. But I have a fail-safe. I am making a video before I leave, and I'm scheduling it for noon on Tuesday. So if you see this video of me come out on noon Tuesday, that means I have been detained in Washington, D.C. I'm being dead serious. I'm going to schedule it on both YouTube and Facebook, so no matter what they do to me, that video is still going to come out.
Make sure you say I have no intention of committing suicide. I am very sane of mind.
Yeah.
Do the whole anti-Epstein shit.
Yeah, no, I'm being serious. I'm being dead serious. So if you guys see this video, you'll know for a fact, 100%, I am not okay. And I need help because there's no more cashless bail. So I need bail money. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Tomorrow we have Liz McIntyre, founder of Stop Moms for Liberty, coming back on the show, talking about some of the atrocious shit they're doing to our education system, which was already bad to begin with, but they're making it worse. Yay. Anyway, have a good rest of your night. We love you guys, and then we'll talk to you tomorrow.